What's going on, everybody? David here, back again with another 4K Blu-ray and sometimes DVD collection update and unboxing. We have quite a bit to take a look at today. Some really cool stuff. So let's go ahead and just jump right in, shall we? First up, we have the 25th anniversary of Dave Chappelle's Killing Them Softly right here. I absolutely love this comedy special. And I remember when it came out back in the day. Dave Chappelle is really good at what he does, which is sometimes making people feel uncomfortable. And he puts out a lot of social commentary, obviously. I enjoy his brand of comedy, to an extent. I will say that. There's a lot of people that don't, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be revisiting this one very soon because, yeah, 25 years, that's kind of nuts. And he's done a lot since then. And yeah, I would love to go back and check this one out again to see what jokes were in his lineup back then. I can't even think of one. So this will be a nice treat to check it out again. Let's see, as you can see there, it does say the 25th anniversary right there. Shows what it's about. Yeah, he's up there. It says, down here, kind of the comics that he's similar to. And yeah, he's up there. Eddie Murphy, George Carlin, Richard Pryor. Those are probably the biggest names that I feel like are pretty close to his brand of comedy. Let's go ahead and open this up and check this out. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen this on a Blu-ray. It's interesting that they put it out on a DVD. Let's see here. And it's not much to the artwork here on the front. At least the back does have some color to it and stuff like that. And then we open this up. Okay, the disc itself is actually really nice looking. Right there. We have some nice disc art right there. This one is, the comedy special was filmed in DC, which is Dave Chappelle's hometown. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And there you have the front, back, and spine for Dave Chappelle's Killing Them Softly. This is the 25th anniversary release. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment and HBO. Very cool. All right. Let's see. Next up, we have a movie that when it arrived, I was kind of surprised. I didn't even know that this movie was coming out, let alone it being released on 4K. And I remember this movie when I was a teenager, I believe. Yeah, and this one, again, threw me for a loop. Very surprised when I opened up the package and this one was staring at me. This is the 4K release of But I'm a Cheerleader. Right here, starring Natasha Lyonne, Clea Duvall, RuPaul Charles, and Kathy Moriarty. Like I said, I remember watching this movie when I was a teenager. Completely forgot about this movie. This is a really good movie, by the way. I will say that it's a very I guess you could say it's a queer romantic comedy. That's probably the best description of it. It's like, I guess you could say it's like a satire for romantic comedies in a weird sense. I won't explain it to you because I feel like it's kind of better if you just jump right in and see it. This is I remember watching this one around the time that I came across like Welcome to the Dollhouse and like Serial Mom, and movies like that. And this one was great. Watching it again was very interesting, and I laughed the whole way. But it was interesting because there was a couple of faces in here that if you watch it, you'll see faces that you remember from other things, like nowadays, and it's kind of like, whoa, okay, I get, everybody gets their start somewhere, right? But this is a really good indie comedy that I feel like you guys would like. Very interesting. There goes the back there. It gives you a brief, it gives you a brief idea of what it's about. I feel like there's a little bit more to it if you watch it, but it's really good. It includes a new exclusive 4K featurette with the director of the film as well. And there goes RuPaul right there as well. I remember watching, okay, because when I was younger, I knew RuPaul as RuPaul, you know? And when I saw this movie, I was like, that's RuPaul. I totally did not recognize him. So, yeah, so this is pretty cool. And again, like I said, very interesting, very left field. I did not even know that this movie was being released. And to my understanding, this is an Amazon exclusive. This packaging here, this is a digipack. And I've never seen anything quite like this. It's a thin digipack, right? But it also has this like cool slipcover to it, which I really love. I dug that quite a bit. It's really, really awesome. There goes the back there. And it opens up. Does have digital copy. It opens up. There you have Clea Duvall right there. Some really cool disc art there. Again, Lionsgate has been killing it with their releases. I'm very, very impressed. And again, this is a very unique release, to say the least. Because, like I said, we see these full size type of releases. I've never seen a thin digipack like that, but with a really cool slipcover as well. So that's cool. You see Clea Duvall and Natasha Lyonne right there, young versions of them. Natasha Lyonne, Clea Duvall over here. Very cool. And the front, back, and spine for But I'm a Cheerleader on 4K. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. There may be a few of you that have seen this movie or that have heard of it, but if you haven't, just give it a watch. Give it a chance. I think you guys would dig it. Next up, we have a really cool sequel. I love the first movie, and I am super, super stoked that this one came in and I got a chance to check it out, because I did not get a chance to check it out in the theaters, and that is Nobody 2 on Blu-ray. This is the collector's edition, as you see there. Bob Odenkirk, he's awesome. Not me. Like I was gonna say nobody, no pun intended, would have realized that Bob Odenkirk would be such a badass, and such a cool choice to play this action star. But he does it really well, and it fits. It's weirdly fits. And this one was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed the sequel. I still love the first one better. I will say that. But this one's really, really fun as well. And if you love the first one, you're definitely going to really dig this one as well. Like, no doubt. There goes the back there. It has the synopsis. And then the special features there as well. And there goes the digital copy. And here we have the Blu-ray right there. Nothing too crazy. Has the title up on top. And there we have the front, back, and spine for Nobody 2. And this one is out now from Studio Distribution Services and Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. Fantastic. But yeah, I hope that they go like the route of like John Wick. I mean, it may be pushing it, but these movies are really, really fun. Both of these movies are awesome, and I had a lot of fun with those. Next up is one that I had never heard of, and it completely caught me off guard in the best possible way. And I love, I was just talking about this the other day with my wife, that I miss going to like a video store. For me, it was Blockbuster, and just going through some of the movie aisles and finding something that looks interesting, and then reading the back a little bit, and like, okay, I'll check this out, and then just be super pleasantly surprised. And then on top of that, I was just talking about how I had been wanting to find and watch a really good thriller. So both of those things combined really like kind of engulfs this film right here. And this is When Fall Is Coming right here. I know. Look, you and this is what I love about this movie is that you look at this cover and you're like, okay, it just, yeah, all right, sure, right? But trust me, I have a feeling that you guys would love it. It is in French, so it does have subtitles. But this is one of those movies that it looks one way on the surface, right? And you might have heard me say thriller, right? This does not scream thriller to you. When I look at it, I'm like, okay, it seems like a melodrama or something like that, which there is, drama in there. And it's one of those that okay, let me see how I can explain it. It feels like there's so much drama. It's like high drama, right? High thriller. But it's done where everything is approached and appears like down here. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. But that's probably the best way I could describe this movie, where you're watching it, and when I was watching it, it was just straightforward. It's very much a slow burn, so just keep that in mind. And I'm watching it, and it's playing out, and I'm like, oh my god, like, what? No, like, I mean, those are exactly my reactions. And it has a lot to do with the main characters are two elderly women. So you throw that on top of thriller, high drama, just trust me, okay? Trust me. Watch it. I think you all will be pleasantly surprised. Let me know in the comments if you've taken my advice and watched it, and tell me what you think. Or if you've seen it before, tell me what you think. And I don't know if you feel the same way about describing it. But yeah, it's so good. It really, and it's so well acted. The performances were amazing. And you see some mushrooms here, and that plays a big part in this film. And you know what they say about like you can't judge a book by its cover. It's kind of like that in a way. Just keep that in mind too. There goes the back. And I love that. Okay, you can read this whole description, right? Go ahead and pause it, read it. And it kind of gives you a taste of what it is, but it's kind of vague on purpose. And that's kind of what this movie is too. But yeah, I love this movie. This is definitely a favorite of mine so far. And again, I love when I get a chance to watch a film that really surprises me, and that I'm like, okay, this is one that I want to recommend to a lot of people. And I feel like Music Box films has a lot of those lately. But yeah, really, really well done, well acted, well everything. It's so good. There you have the Blu-ray disc right here. Love that. It's just black and it has the title. Very, very cool. Okay, there's I thought maybe there was something else under here, but there you have the mushrooms over here on the side as well. Interior. And there we have the front, back, and spine for When Fall Is Coming. And this one is out now from Music Box Films. Man. I I think if you watch it, you're probably going to feel the same way as me, where you just like, you want to tell everybody about this film. And this is one of those, and that's, again, like I said, the biggest thing that I really have been missing lately is finding these gems and then just recommending them to so many people. But it's awesome that I get to do it here because there's a lot of other people watching and not just my small group of friends. So anyway, very, very cool. Definitely check that one out. Next up is a personal pickup, and this one is the Arrow Video release of Spawn. This is such a cool movie. Not the best movie in the world, but definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. And I did an unboxing on another video. This came from the good people over at the Movie Room, which I ordered from. And man, so I can't say enough things about the Movie Room. They're really, really good. Awesome service. Came packaged securely as heck. If you want to check out that full unboxing video, there's probably like another video or two back, something like that. Yeah, really, really cool. Love this. I finally got to check it out on 4K, and it looks amazing. As amazing as this movie can be, mind you, with like the early 2000s, late 90s graphics and stuff like that, CGI. But yeah, really, really fun movie. And I highly recommend checking this one out, especially if you're a lover of these, cheesy comic book movies from back in the day. I won't bore you with the unboxing because I've already done all that. It comes with a poster, double-sided poster. Has this really cool booklet. And then the director's cut right there on 4K. And the theatrical cut right there. The one thing that I did forget to do on the other video, which I want to do here, is Arrow always does reverse artwork, and I think it's because Arrow has started doing these black cases that I always forget about the reversible artwork. And so this one does have reversible artwork right here. That's the theatrical poster artwork right there for Spawn. And if I remember correctly, the one that they use up here for the main one is the teaser poster, which still looks really cool. I love this one. This one's pretty cool. This one's the one that I remember on like the VHS that I pre-ordered back in the day. All right. So very, very cool. I had a lot of fun checking Spawn out again. It's cheesy in the best possible way. And I think, again, if you're just a lover of, like, say, the original Mortal Kombat movies, as crappy as those are, they still kind of hold a special place in my heart, and I still love watching them every so often. Even the Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is the worst one, I still throw it on every now and then. But yeah, very, very cool. Next up, we have another sequel, and that is for The Bad Guys. This is Bad Guys 2 right here. It includes another short, Little Lies and Alibis right here on Blu-ray. I love this one. The original, was very, very fun, which I really, really enjoyed. This one is extremely fun as well. A lot of the same gags, but just tweak just a little bit. And then they have, the aspect of them trying to go good, in a sense. And they have a rival group, kind of vying for that bad guy, situation, the bad guy title. But very, very fun as well. Really, really loved it. There goes the back. It has the synopsis, and the special features are there as well. Extremely fun movie. And I feel like this is another one that has, like, multiple film franchise potential here. They could probably do a couple more if they really wanted to. It does have a digital copy. And here we have the Blu-ray disc here. It says The Bad Guys 2 right there. And the front, back, and spine for The Bad Guys 2 on Blu-ray. And this one is out now from Studio Distribution Services and Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. All right. Very, very cool. Next up, we have a personal pickup. This is one I could not pass up. I went to Half Price Books not that long ago, and my God, was it jam packed. I ended up going to like the busiest half price books that I've ever been to in my life, and so I was like, okay, I was already kind of done with the situation, and I was like, all right, well, let me just check out a couple more movies and see what else they have here, and I came across this one, and I was like, all right, I can't pass this one up, and that is Little Monsters right here. This is part of the Vestron Video Collector Series on Blu-ray, starring Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. I absolutely love this movie. I remember this movie when I was a kid, and I had this on VHS, and I watched it so many times. If you never watched it, it's essentially an 80s version of Monsters Inc. 80s live action version of Monsters Inc. Just think about it that way. And that's kind of what it is in a sense. But it's such a fun movie, man. I love it. And it was so much fun revisiting it as well. Yeah, and I realized, I didn't have it. So I was like, all right, it was a good price. I think I got it for like $7 or something like that. So I was like, all right, I can't leave this one behind. This is number 19 in the Vestron Video series. I don't have them all. I'm starting to pick them up more and more, little by little, if I see them in passing, things like that. But yeah, so much fun. And then Lionsgate Limited is also still releasing more Vestron Video stuff, so that's really cool as well. And there goes the back. It has a synopsis and the special features as well. All right. Okay. Oh, there it goes. I didn't take off the tag. It's $7.49, $7.50, right there for that one. And there we have the Blu-ray disc right there. Have you guys checked this one out before? Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. So I absolutely love it. Very cool. And we have the front, back, and spine for Little Monsters on Blu-ray. And this one is out now from Lionsgate. Very cool. All right. And next up is another sequel? Reboot? I don't know specifically exactly what's it. Requel? Maybe? I think Scream kind of coined that phrase or that term. This is I Know What You Did Last Summer on Blu-ray. I've been really wanting to watch this movie. I love me a good slasher film, and especially with this one, you typically can't go wrong with a franchise like this. They are kind of cut. I don't want to say cut from the same cloth, but they all kind of follow the same story beats for the most part. This one kind of does the same as well, but it does give you some pretty good twists. I'll say that. Some twists that I thought were going one way, but then went a different way. Again, I'm trying to be vague because I don't want to give too much away, but the reveal, I'll say, is one that I was like, okay, all right, I guess I could appreciate that and how they did it, how they went about it. Now I don't know how good they would be able to do if they did another one. This might be one of those situations where this would be like a one and done. They do leave a door open, I will say that. I think all slashers kind of do. And whether they intentionally do it or not, there's always a door left open for a sequel in Slasherville, I'll say. But I don't know. I think this one was decent for what it was. The only way that they would be able to get away with doing another one would be if they really did something big and stupendous and something like nobody would ever expect. And that's probably the only way. But I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It was cool seeing, you know, the legacy characters come back. You know, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr. especially. I thought it's been a while since I've seen him in much of anything, so it was really cool to see him on screen again. But yeah, here goes the back. There's a synopsis and the special features as well. All right. I will say those, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, some of the dialogue I think needed to be spruced up just a tad. But it wasn't terrible. But yeah, I think some of it was borderline Cheese Factory. Not Cheesecake Factory, Cheese Factory. Does have a digital copy. And there we have the Blu-ray disc right there. Some cool disc art right there. And the front, back, and spine for I Know What You Did Last Summer on Blu-ray. And this one is out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. All right. All right, next up is a show that I am a huge fan of. A franchise that I am a huge fan of. And I still to this day will watch anything that's put out by this franchise. And that is Walking Dead Dead City. And this is The Walking Dead Dead City Season 1 and 2. This is a UK release of this show here. They do have US versions, which I'll put, you know, links everywhere in the comments for this one and the US version as well. But I love this version here, the UK version, because it does have seasons 1 and 2 on in one set. And this is perfect if you either are late to the game and have not caught up to Dead City, and just, you know, it's all there in one. And that's perfect because I don't have season 1 of Dead City, and season 2 just came out, and then they had this 2-pack, this double season set as well. So this is perfect. And like I said, I absolutely love the show. I'm going to go ahead and take this off while I'm talking, because I know a lot of people, again, I go back to, a lot of people may be like kind of like done with The Walking Dead. There's still a lot of Walking Dead fans out there. And like I said, I've watched Dead City and I've watched the Daryl Dixon show, and both of them are very, very solid for different reasons, I should say. Both of these shows. And I'm a lover of The Walking Dead in general because of the source material. I've read all the comics and things like that, and I love that story. So when it was over, it's like, okay, where can you go from here? They did a brave thing and spun off some of these characters. You have Negan and Maggie, and then you have Daryl Dixon in his show. This show is a pleasant surprise. If you're kind of like on the fence about, you know, watching any of these spin-offs, that, you know, if you haven't already, this one's a really good one, because it takes these characters that, like I said, I read the comics. It ends a certain way. You don't really get much more story with these characters. This takes these characters and gives them a new narrative, a new story to go into, new adventures to go into, which I absolutely love, because I don't know what to expect. And that's the best part of this show, is that I'm going in, because like with the main show, The Walking Dead, I knew more or less the story beats and maybe what to expect. With Dead City especially, and, you know, the Daryl Dixon show, I don't know anything. I don't know what to expect. I'm along for the ride, and I love every second of it. And it's so good. Like a show like this, I love seeing how creative they get with the zombie genre. and the zombies themselves. Uh, for instance, I'm just gonna give you one. For instance, zombie fireball. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, and it sounds ridiculous, but it freaking works. It's so good. Yeah, and I'm really thrilled and excited to see where this story goes. I know they're only taking it probably another like, I think maybe up to like 4 seasons, maybe, um, which is gonna be a bummer when it's over. But I absolutely love it, and this release, like I said, is perfect because it has season 1 and 2 together. If you are not caught up or don't have season 1, this is perfect. There goes the back there. It has the synopsis right there and the special features. But I could literally ramble on about The Walking Dead for a really long time. But yeah, I just my thoughts on this show is if you have hesitations about it, just jump in. Just trust me, jump in. I think you'll dig it. You know, there goes disc 1 right there. Disc 1 for season 1. That's episodes 1 through 3. And season 1 disc 2 right there. Episodes 4 to 6. And then season 2 disc 1 right there. And this has episodes 1 through 4. And season 2 disc 2 that has 5 through 8 right there. Very cool disc art on all of these. I love that cover right there. But very, very cool. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for The Walking Dead Dead City. This is season 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. This is from Acorn Media. Right there. And like I said, I will put links down in the description below in case you guys are wondering where to pick this one up, because this is really, really cool. And I would love to spread the word about this specific set, because this one isn't out here in the States. And I think this one's really, really neat. Very cool. All right. Next up, we have an animated feature that I was very curious about. And I'm super, super stoked. I was super, super stoked to check this one out. And that is Aztec Batman Clash of Empires on 4K. It does have 4K Ultra HD and a digital copy included. I am an absolute lover of the Elseworlds brand of DC stuff. You know, comics, animated films. They haven't done any Elseworlds features yet, but I think those are coming because this is essentially, the Elseworlds brand. Now, I don't think it's labeled as Elseworlds, but I consider it Elseworlds because this is something very unique, that a different depiction of Batman. And I love the Elseworlds brand because it's essentially DC's version of like What If. You get to see a lot of really, really cool stories being told without having to stick very clearly to the canon of DC Comics, or the DCU or DCEU brand of storytelling. So you can you can let people kind of play in a little pool of characters and things like that, and do really interesting things with them and tell really interesting stories. And that's why I was really, really excited to check this one out. Just like a Batman Ninja, I think, or Ninja Batman. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that one was a really interesting take on Batman as well. This one is too. I really love the story. The story here was really, really cool and very intriguing to me. You take the Aztec people and the story that of them being kind of invaded and stuff, and you throw in the element of the Batman character, the mythos, the lore of the Batman character, and it's interesting to see a new take on a lot of these characters, especially the villains, the rogues gallery that Batman has. The one thing I will say that I really wasn't a fan of was the animation style. It reminded me a lot of oh my god, what's that show? I can't remember. It was a Fox show. It was very like cell shading type of animation. It works in certain instances. I didn't really dig it here. I feel like this kind of needed a little bit more of a uh, serious animation style, I guess. And I think that would have been a lot better. And I think it would pull a lot more people in. I think the animation style that they have here just seems a little too cartoony, um, for me, for my taste. But like I said, the story was really good, and I really enjoyed that. So that is worth it in itself. There goes the back there that has the synopsis and the special features. Really cool. And does have digital copy. And here we have the 4K disc right there. Not really much on the discard, some like stone kind of etching. And then Aztec Batman, the title right there. And there's the front, back, and spine for Aztec Batman on 4K. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. All right. And last but not least, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me on this video. Last but not least, we have the Blu-ray release for 28 years later. Right here, it does have Blu-ray and digital copy included. So this is one movie that I had been waiting. A lot of people have been waiting for a very long time. And it finally came out, and I did not get a chance to see it in theaters. And I'm kicking myself for it because I absolutely love the first two movies. And I wanted to support, and I just was not able to at that moment. But I was glad to see it here at home. And I know a lot of people... I stayed away from a lot of stuff, from a lot of spoilers. I had some people, kind of give me their small thoughts on it. As soon as they kind of said a couple of things, I was like, all right, that's enough. I don't want to hear no more because I want to watch it myself. So from the gist that I got from certain people, it was kind of polarizing to a certain extent. And some people loved it, some people did not. I am in the camp of that I loved it. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. That's not to say that it doesn't have some issues here and there, but it was a really great, I don't want to say continuation, I guess, but it was a really great movie, and with a story that was being told from another perspective, another area, and the only thing that I had an issue with, a small issue, was the amount of nudity. I mean, it wasn't this ridiculous amount, but it was just kind of present the whole way. And I can understand it because I was like, okay, they're infected, they've been out, in the elements for a very long time. So yes, clothes get tattered, and they come off, things like that. So I can rationalize with, I can understand. But it felt like it just kept being very like kind of thrown to the forefront in certain instances, and that was like, okay, like we got it, I get that point of it already. There's no need to have it, kind of thrown more and more and more, just for the sake of it, I guess. I don't know, but that was the only issue. Story wise, I loved it. I thought the story was great. I the one thing, so after I did see it, and I saw the ending and things like that, I talked to a couple people, and they're like, yeah man, that ending, it was so dumb. And I disagreed. I was like, what do you mean? It made total sense to me, and I guess I'm gonna get a little bit of spoiler territory. I'm trying to be as vague as possible too, but I'm sure a lot of you have already seen it. But the ending, you know, I with the group that shows up at the end, that's what a lot of people that I talked to had a problem with. I had absolutely no problem with that because it makes sense to me why there would be, or why there could be, a group of that nature out there. I mean, I guess I've watched The Walking Dead so much that I can kind of normalize like different groups being certain ways. You know, you have like a biker gang. Say, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw it out there. You have an Amish group of survivors. Um, you have Mexicanos over here. You know, and they're like, say, I don't know, stereotypical like lowriders. You know, over here. All right, why wouldn't there be this weird group over here wearing tracksuits and gold chains and things like that? Like, to me, I'm like, okay, it's just a different group of people, you know, different group of survivors out there, people trying to survive. So yeah, I had no problem with it. I think it's really, really neat. They're expanding this story, this world, a bit more, and I'm excited, super, super excited to see how they expand on it in the second one, because it kind of came off as a little comical at the end. I didn't think so. I was like, yeah, they got skills. They got parkour skills. That's kind of useful, you know, out there. The trailer for the second one already looks like, okay, this isn't funny. You know, this is going to be serious. And I'm super excited to see where it goes. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it. If you guys kind of think the same way that I do about it, in the comments. Let me know in the comments. But very, very cool. There goes the synopsis there, and the special features. And Aaron Taylor Johnson was pretty good in it. I thought he was really, really good. Ralph Fiennes did amazing, and so did Jodie Comer. But I feel like the kid stole the show, and I cannot remember what his name is, but he definitely stole the show for me. So I absolutely hope that he's a bigger main focus of the second movie, which I think he should be for the most part. Let's go ahead and open this up. It does have digital copy. And there you have the Blu-ray disc right there for 28 years later. Very cool disc art. Love that. And there you have the front, back, and spine for 28 years later on Blu-ray. And this one is out now from Sony Pictures Home Entertainment. Very cool. All right. So, all in all, some really great titles. Some, like I said, that I definitely recommend you picking up. Dead City, for sure. This one, for sure. When Fall is Coming. When Fall is Coming. Definitely check this one out. Definitely. And then another one I did not expect to be released, but I'm a Cheerleader. But very cool. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up. If you dug it or found it informative in any way, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, we'll catch you next time.